What music festival lineup was just announced?
And what shows are running down the pipeline?
Making Can't Feel Like Hollywood. This is The Blurb. Good evening, everyone. I'm your American Horror Story, Rocco Grassi.
And I'm the monster under your bed, Nick Keller.
I love it. I love those. Always so fun.
Wonder who came up with those.
Me. Well, lovers of the lineups, listen in. Lovers of the lineups, listen in. Lollapalooza loads lines of their love language for your ears. The music festival lineups. From August 1st from the 4th in Grant Park, Chicago, you can get your tickets to watch over 170 artists perform in one of the biggest music festivals of the year, Lollapalooza. This year's lineup includes headliners like SZA, Tyler the Creator, Stray Kids, Blink-182, Metro Boomin, and my personal unbiased favorite, Hozier. Ticket pre-sale for 4-day admission runs March 21st at 10 a.m.
You like Hozier?
Yeah, how could you tell?
I couldn't tell.
Couldn't tell, I know. Fun fact.
Attention all Blurbies! Several new shows are coming out and we wanted to give you some information on all of them. Firstly, the Among Us animated series has officially cast Randall Park, Yvette Nicole Brown, Elijah Wood, and Ashley Johnson, and will be animated by Titmouse, the studio behind Big Mouth. Next, Bill Hader has been officially cast to voice the Cat in the Hat in the upcoming animated Cat in the Hat movie. The official release date of this movie will be March 6, 2026. Last but certainly not least, the Teen Titans will receive a live-action film in the James Gunn DC universe. This announcement came without a cast list. All these productions have gotten us very excited over here at The Blurb.
I was not prepared for you to start with Among Us. Anyways, Olivia Rodrigo, after expressing her goal to expand awareness and access to reproductive health care, invited the organization Right By You to distribute free emergency contraceptives, condoms, and information about abortions to fans on her Guts World Tour. Concertgoers at her March 12th show in St. Louis, Missouri, were able to grab a package that included 2 boxes of Julie, an emergency contraceptive that helps prevent pregnancy when taken within 72 hours of unprotected sex, as well as cards with QR codes linking to abortion access resources and Missouri Abortion Fund. The cards also read, "Funding abortion, it's a good idea, right?" labeled on them, referencing her song Bad Idea, Right?
Very cool. I actually saw that on X a couple days ago, and I thought it was really cool.
Loved it.
Yeah. Well, the House Wednesday passed a bill that would lead to a nationwide ban of the popular video app TikTok if its China-based owner doesn't sell its stake. As lawmakers acted on the concerns, the company's current ownership structure is a national security threat. The bill, passed by a vote of 352 to 65, now goes to the Senate, whereas its prospects are unclear. The worry stems from a set of Chinese national security laws that compel organizations to assist with intelligence gathering. President Joe Biden, whose campaign has its own TikTok account, said he would sign the bill if it makes it to his desk.
Well, I love that. I think it's really funny that Joe Biden has his own TikTok account, but still wants to ban it.
Yeah.
Well, don't go anywhere, because after the break, we're going to talk about some band breakups that broke our hearts.
It's that time again? Another Behind the Blurb. Now, who is our Behind the Blurb applicant this week? Blurb veteran herself, Ariana Siloff.
So close. Sealoff.
It is Siloff. Okay, cool. So, as you know, you've been on the Blurb for quite a while now.
Makes me feel old. Continue.
Let's kind of take it back to you joining the Blurb. How and why did you want to join the Blurb?
Well, I originally figured it out because of Jenica. They're like, "Oh, I'm a showrunner of the show." I'm like, "Can I be on it?" They're like, "Please." So I auditioned, got in, and I've just kind of stuck around ever since.
I was gonna say your vibe fits here greatly, and we are happy to have you on here.
Yeah, thank you.
Is there anything you wish that we could have done on the Blurb?
This one is very personal for me. I think it was maybe last season, I filmed digital content where I tried to do exercises and stuff that like superheroes and stuff had done, like the actors for training. And Scarlett Johansson for Black Widow deadlifted like 400 pounds. And I was like, you know what? I'll try half of that. So I think I did somewhere around 200, and I felt like my eyes were gonna pop out of my head. So if I could have gotten that an inch off the ground, that would have been really the dream for me, but we'll get there one day. Shout out to ScarJo. That's really heavy.
Hey, I mean, you know what? Just straight up shout out to you for like having that commitment. You know, like round of applause.
Thank you.
Just round of applause.
But yeah, one of these days, maybe at the end of the season, I'll be able to deadlift 200, and then I'll refill it again.
Jenica, if you're watching, put that down for notes.
Have you ever jokingly said, man, I wish this band would replace this member? Well, these bands have. We are going to discuss some bands that have had infamous departures over the years.
Classic.
Very broad topic, for sure,
It's a good one.
if I say so myself.
Oh yeah.
I think, like, there's so many places we can go. What do we want to start with?
I think Queen's a pretty bold.
As you
I mean,
glare
one
at
of the
me.
one of the
So,
top ones.
I mean, Queen is a special case in the case that, like, Freddie passed away, and they never said that they wanted to replace him. They're doing it to, like, honor his memory. They have bits where they, like, have literal videos of them, like, dedicating, like, songs to Freddie, places where, like, Freddie's projection is being shown, and, like, so Adam Lambert never claimed that he wanted to replace him. It's just a continuation. So I'm not sure where we would categorize that for this specific discussion. But yeah, I think that's just a passed on kind of like category that is just somehow still continuing.
They still like, continued on, so I
Yeah.
think it kind of fits into it.
Yeah.
I think one of the first ones I knew from like when I growing up was Panic at the Discos.
Oh God.
Yeah, that was a big one.
Ryan Ross.
Yeah, I remember like hearing a lot about that, and it's interesting to like kind of see the turn that it made because it was because of differences in like where they wanted to go directionally, right?
Yeah, that's definitely a way to phrase it.
I feel like you're more informed on this subject if you
Probably.
if you wanna
They
sound-
hated each other
Really?
bluntly.
Okay.
Like toward the end, Ryan Ross just couldn't be around Brendan Urie anymore. Which fair. I mean, it's
Yeah.
Brendan Urie. I wouldn't want to be around him either. Yeah. But anyway, and now like Panic is no more, even though it was just Brendan Urie like parading around with the Panic name for a
kind of
while.
looked in a mirror and said,
Real.
"I'm done for today."
I am. He said, "I am Mr. Disco." No, you are not.
I'm curious since like I think we kind of grew up with that music kind of coming around.
Yeah.
How did you guys feel about like the album's kind of post departure with that? I know Vices and Virtues was kind of a. Sorry, I forgot the last album. was.
Viva Las Vengeance.
Thank you.
I did not like that one, but aside from that, I thought they were all pretty good. But it was definitely there was this like a slow decline of quality, and then with the last album, it was just
Yeah. No, I get you. Totally.
Absolutely just plummeting. Sam, what about you? What are some people you have in mind? Or groups?
Oh, just
Yeah.
in general. I was about to say I think I know like 2 Panic at the Disco songs.
yeah.
But I think an interesting one is when you know the Beach Boys and you know Pet Sounds.
Mm-hmm.
They go and they record Pet Sounds, and that's one of the people say it's one of the best albums of all time.
Uh-huh.
But then before Pet Sounds, while they were making it, everyone went on tour, but Brian Wilson had a horrible panic attack and had to leave. And then Glenn Campbell, who's also kind of he went on to do his own stuff. He's kind of like a country singer, you might know him. He went on to replace Brian Wilson on the tour. And then while Brian Wilson was at home really working on Pet Sounds, after that, he still didn't want to go on tour. So it's a lot of just people coming in, and it's like Brian isn't there, but then they keep going on tour with other replacements. And from what I've read, people really liked like everyone who replaced or like was filling in for, not replace, but
Yeah.
like filling in for, really enjoyed it. And then we got Smiley Smile and Pet Sounds out of it, which are
Nice.
some of the best albums.
Excellent.
See, that's interesting. Like that he didn't really want to kind of go back to that. I mean, because it's like I guess that it really is like that's a big thing where it's like if you can't do that type of like big kind of crowd, it's like
Genuinely speaking.
it's a lot.
Speaking of artists that can't do that big kind of crowd, Zayn from One Direction. So Zayn infamously left 1D, and for a while 1D tried to go on without him. They released one more album, and then they went on a hiatus that was supposed to be 18 months. It's been years. It's been years. Anyway,
That next album's gonna be so good.
Wait,
but
are they all British? I know Niall's Irish or whatever, but are
that
they
is
all?
correct.
Yeah, are they all British?
Yeah, they are.
British,
Okay.
right?
Yeah. But anyway, Zayn like left, and now Zayn, he releases like solo things here and there, but he doesn't really like going on tour because of his anxiety. But recently he's kind of been cropping up into the public eye more. Like he went on Hot Ones recently.
I think because he has an album coming out. And I know.
Yeah.
I think Niall has had an album come out recently.
Show.
Yeah.
Is that
That's
what
the
it's
short,
called?
like blonde one, right?
Yeah.
Is that Niall?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. And then Zayn is the hot one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Now is also
Okay.
on. Now is also on tour, or
Oh,
going
they
to be
are.
on tour
There's the boys.
as well.
Oh God, that's the
Wow.
the iconic photo.
I
shoot
never
that they
really got
use for
into them.
everything.
They have one music video that references Tropic Thunder, and specifically Tom Cruise in Tropic Thunder.
Really?
Yeah, because Tom Cruise is like, he starts doing the dancing thing. Like, do you know the?
Oh, okay.
They do that where they're trying to make a movie or something, and then there's girl versions of them that are like actresses in the movies.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
it's a
best song
reference.
ever. Oh.
Yeah.
See, I had a friend who, my best friend, Max, shout out, nerds out a lot about Imagine Dragons, and there was an artist.
Imagine Dragons.
My roommate does too.
Yeah, it was Teresa, I think Flamino, and she was one of the singers for the band. And she was with their first album, I believe it's called Night Visions, and she had left pretty quickly after, but she was in a couple of songs, and you can kind of hear her occasionally. I don't think there was any like malicious reason or anything. It was just kind of like she didn't really kind of want to go with the project. So, but
That's
yeah.
completely fair, and that is totally real.
Coleman, didn't Styx do like a little something there?
Yeah, they did, but I already went in tangent on them. Yeah. More of the story, lead singer Dennis DeYoung got replaced by Lawrence Gowan because of stuff with the Kill Over Here tour. But there was one that I did want to go into detail on, and that is the lead singer of Foreigner, the former lead singer of Foreigner, Lo Graham. Lo Graham, he was the lead singer of Foreigner, you know, like the iconic Jukebox Hero, I Want to Know What Love Is, all those songs, Cold as Ice. However, in 1993, I believe, he left Foreigner because of creative differences with his band, but he also wanted to focus on his solo career, and I know that he reunited with the band for one show in New York in 2013, but ever since then he's remained solo, and he's actually retiring from music this year. Fun fact: he's doing like one last tour, and then he claims to be officially retiring from music this year, saying he's put it off for too long.
Okay,
So-
but is he actually like retiring, or is he doing an Elton
Give him
John?
5 years.
Yeah, I
Like,
mean, yeah,
is he
give him-
doing an Elton John? Like,
I mean, to be fair,
farewell.
The final tour.
the current Foreigner group themselves,
Farewell Part 2.
the current Foreigner group themselves have claimed to have their farewell tour, but now they're going to be touring with Styx this summer as well.
Yeah.
Even Grateful Dead's kind of offspring, Dead and Company.
Oh, yeah.
They had their final tour, and they're doing like a bonus round in the new Las Vegas Sphere that's happening.
Ooh.
So I think it's kind of cool to like kind of have little pop-ups here and there.
I feel like that would be really fun to see.
It's a
Dead
cool
and
one,
Company.
right?
Like, I can imagine like the visuals that they're gonna put in that
Right.
sphere.
Because that's a good one to see. Because you don't
Yeah.
really need to see the band members.
Oh,
so.
there's one more. Weezer. They had a different bass guitarist before their first album.
Classic.
That's a nice little history tidbit. But yeah, as we know, these members left these bands. But these patrons should have never gone to these conventions. After the break, we discuss bad conventions.
Kids will spend 15 minutes watching online videos like this one.
Brushing for 2 minutes now can save your child from severe tooth pain later. 2 minutes, twice a day. They have the time.
Brush, brushy, brush, brushy, brush, brush your teeth. Every day and every night. Now it's your parents' turn. Here's what you gotta do. Let them have your toothbrush so that they can brushy brush your teeth. Good job, you're almost done. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. Help your teeth stay healthy. Brushy brush with a grown-up every day. 'Cause 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 'cause
everyone, it's your favorite TV2 entertainment director, Anthony Friga. Did you guys know that I could cancel the Blurb if I wanted to? But I'm not, because I love the Blurb. However, these events got canceled, and we'll be discussing why. Wow. Don't worry, you guys are safe for another
I'm
day.
kind of scared now.
I can get rid of it at any point. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
I have the power. So we're going to be talking about failed conventions, specifically like content creator conventions. So the first one we're going to start with is TanaCon.
Wow.
Probably like I think the most famous
Notorious.
example.
Yeah. I remember when that happened, and it just took over the internet. And sorry, that picture.
I remember people going to the hospital because of it.
Yeah.
They were outside for hours, and they had no water, like no food.
Yeah.
Anything. It was like hour-long lines to get back in, and then people were like, "Yeah, in the hospital was like almost third-degree sunburn."
Yeah.
because how long they were outside. It was ridiculous.
And they didn't even provide water to the people.
No, they didn't. No water,
it
no
was
food. It was like you're on your own.
Rough.
Yeah.
I remember videos of the one guy in the Segway the entire time, just like strolling around. He was like in charge, and no one knew what his deal was until finally like they got an interview with him, and he was still like crying over FaceTime. It was really sad.
Well, when they get in there, didn't it like suck?
It did just suck. There was really like no preparation on Tana's part. Like a lot of the people like she had planned to come on like canceled like last minute. I'm pretty sure.
What was the entirety of TanaCon in the first place? Like, what was the actual reason behind it? Was it just to bring down like her content creator friends and have people speak?
Probably. I assume it was just to promote herself. I don't know. I'm not a very like Tana Mojo.
Oh, I never was
make a
either,
fan.
So, but I remember when that happened.
I remember. Didn't she make an apology video too? About
I think she did.
And it was the funniest. It was the funniest thing I've ever seen. Because I don't think it was actually genuine.
Nothing she does is genuine.
No, absolutely not. If you know her, yeah. But
YouTuber apology videos are never genuine.
But her apology video was hilarious to me because it was just like.
It's no Colleen, so.
Well.
Okay.
You know.
So the next one, DashCon. You guys remember DashCon?
I don't remember this, but I heard about it.
I'm sure
there's the ball pit.
There's the ball pit image. Yeah, I would say that's probably the thing that you'll remember DashCon from.
Yeah.
Wait, what's the ball pit?
So let's talk about DashCon.
DashCon.
So DashCon was in 2014.
That was it?
Hold on. DashCon was in 2014.
Yeah.
It was essentially Tumblr's convention for like their platform. And the reason why it essentially failed was because there was mismanagement among the organizers of the convention, along with the hotel that they were like renting for the place was like very demanding for the payment up front, and I guess the people were not like cooperating with them supposedly. But also with that, the image of that one single ball pit is like the only thing that survived from DashCon, and I think it was like you could pay extra money to spend an hour in the ball pit. So Rocco is yelling at me.
That's the ball pit.
What? Oh yeah, that's right. People peed in that ball pit, and
it's like
I didn't know about
4 foot. It's not what.
Well, and it looked like the Willy Wonka Glasgow experience of the empty warehouse. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Like, why is it just in this middle of this like empty warehouse? That's insane.
It is a very backroomsy photo.
Very backrooms.
So now that we have kind of discussed about like what essentially makes a convention go wrong, we're gonna go ahead and plan our own convention, BlurbCon, if you will. So, first of all, let's start with where do we want BlurbCon to be held? What's like the ideal location?
Right here on campus.
On campus?
Franklin Hall.
Franklin Hall?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Like what room in Franklin Hall?
I don't know. What would be a good place?
I feel like
we do not have enough space in the newsroom.
No.
I feel like the studio's like a easy go-to, but like
good, yeah.
But also like there's a lot of expensive equipment here.
What about the ballroom instead? We put up balloons.
We don't have
in the student center.
The student center? Yeah, the student center ballroom. Yeah.
We can do it in this.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Okay, and then I guess when are we gonna hold BlurbCon?
Tomorrow?
Hold on, we gotta have some time to prep this.
We do need to have time. Saturday.
Okay, so we've got Wednesday, Thursday. We have basically 3 days to plan this event.
How many days is our event though? Just one?
That's a good question. How many days do we want?
Maybe like a weekend.
It could be like
weekend.
I like a weekend.
Sure.
So this weekend, okay.
Sure.
We're obviously we gotta charge admission, right? Because we gotta make some money on this.
Yeah.
That's
like what's a fair price for this event?
$5.
Is that for a day, or is that for the weekend, or like Are we doing like tiers of like
$5 is kind of too little. I'm saying
$50.
I was gonna say $6.
I think you know what, maybe we should come back to this question because I think we need to figure out like what actually is going to be in the event. So what actually is going to be BlurbCon? What is BlurbCon?
Okay, we could have
Dean
costumes
Amy
of
Reynolds
everybody.
is gonna be there.
Amy Reynolds.
What is she gonna do?
She's gonna sing and dance.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't know if do you think Amy Reynolds actually sing and dance?
I'll sing and dance.
Okay. You're gonna sing and dance.
I
Right,
will sing
Nick's
and
gonna
dance.
sing and dance.
Yeah.
Is anybody else
I'm a
behind the
theater
camera?
kid.
Do any of you want to sing and dance at BlurbCon? I'm getting a hand from our cameraman Spencer.
I think Rocco should juggle.
Rocco, can you juggle?
I think Rocco should juggle.
Oh, Rocco's.
I think we should have like a reunion where Sophia comes back from Italy.
Oh.
I think we phone Sophia in and we have
Oh, look at
her,
that. Look at that.
See, I'm telling
You're
you.
telling me you would not want to pay $20 to see that?
We're going like $650, all right? We're doing $650 for the baseline
Yeah.
Okay.
situation.
We
That's
can do
free.
we can do meet and greets. Like we could Jenica. We could get Fennel.
True.
Who else would be good to have?
You.
Me, I guess.
Tables,
Yeah.
okay.
I'm cool. Yeah. I feel like you're also important. Carrie.
I think you're important.
Okay.
Um.
And you who?
Meet and greet.
Can we get Todd?
Can we do
Todd.
photo ops? Too?
Todd Dykin.
Todd Dykin.
Photo ops with Todd Dykin.
Yeah.
Photo ops with Todd Dykin, but you have to pay $100, and you have to dress up in an Elvis costume. You legally have to show up in an Elvis costume.
Hey, that's
You
actually.
can't.
Hey, listen. That's a
Do
great.
you have an Elvis impersonator?
Oh, okay.
It's Todd
We
Dykin.
could get.
I don't think you can. It's him.
Just we get Todd
He's
Dykin.
the one.
But I'd say that kind of is a good transition because like, what's the theme for BlurbCon?
Elvis.
Elvis themed.
It's Elvis themed.
Elvis themed.
Can it actually be like the 27 Club in Cleveland where it's like artists who have passed away before their time, and like we honor those people?
Okay.
How would we
Okay.
do that?
That'd be
You know what I
interesting.
mean? You know
How
what
would we
I mean?
do that? I can make a cute little like a, you know how at the Oscars they have like the in memoriam? I can make
Yeah.
like one of those videos.
We do that, but it's not sad.
Mm-hmm.
It's exciting, and all we do is play their music and show off their things, and then we just kind of stay there and mess around.
So I've got a interesting question. We need sponsors. Who's sponsoring BlurbCon? Because I'm not funding this out of my own pocket.
Six Flags.
Six
We
Flags.
reach out to Six Flags themselves, and they're gonna give us $10,000.
10,000
No, I think we
Girl.
should pound on Todd Dykin's door
and beg him for
and
money.
Beg him for the money that the school doesn't.
You know what?
Currently have.
Sesame Street. No, Sesame Street will fund us.
Sesame Street.
Hell no.
Yeah.
We reach out to all the ad PSAs that we have.
Yeah.
They'll, like,
Yeah.
sponsor us.
We're sponsored by the Ad Council. There's just a.
Can we get sponsored by Parta?
Parta.
Parta buses. They'll sponsor
Hey,
us.
that's how you get to the event.
That's how you get there. They sponsor,
Boom.
and it's amazing. Who else could sponsor us?
I like can we get what's the place downtown? Or not really downtown, but Mike's Place. I like Mike's Place.
Mike's.
Some paninis. Can we have an inflatable obstacle course? Just for us though.
That would, yeah.
Not for the public.
It's in the,
We have it like behind the scenes.
Yeah, it's
in
just
the
for us.
it's the
It's
employee
like
the employee brick room.
Yeah.
The employee break room. It's just a giant. There's a slip inside.
I think we should have special
There's-
guest the unknown from the Willy Wonka Glasgow experience.
Yeah.
And also, I think we should get Taylor Swift to perform.
Yeah,
as well.
because she's definitely gonna take time out of her schedule to do that.
Listen, I'm saying this because we talk about Taylor Swift a lot.
Yeah, you're right.
I feel
She
like
should sponsor
I
us.
feel like she. Yeah.
And perform.
Yeah, both.
Mm-hmm.
That makes a lot of sense.
She's gonna make another movie about it. Taylor Swift, the Blurb tour.
The Blurb era.
The Blurb era.
The Blurb era.
Oh my god, dude,
No,
that'd be
I think that's
so
amazing.
funny.
That's wonderful.
Is there like anything else to like that we should consider for this?
I think we could get costumes of us, but played by other people with huge bobbleheads.
Oh, so like kind of like how like at the baseball they'll have like the big bobblehead
Yeah.
people and they'll like run around on the field.
Yeah,
exactly.
Like Funko Pops.
What about merchandise though?
Ooh.
Are we selling things? Are we making things?
We could. I can make T-shirts.
What would they say on
yeah.
there? What would be the
What's like
design?
yeah.
Give us your inspiration.
I survived BlurbCon and all I got was a stupid T-shirt.
It's a good one.
Maybe we could make like, I mean, I'm just spitballing here. You know how there's like those like DIY like Funko Pops? We can make ones that look like us.
Oh.
I buy that. I buy a Funko Pop of Rocco.
I want a blurb
And I
like
can put it in my pocket.
I want to get like a Blurb con pin.
Yeah, pins. Pins.
And what else would be cool? Maybe like a hat, get a trucker hat.
Yeah. A visor.
A visor.
Visors. We need visors.
Oh, and also
Absolutely need visors.
whatchamacallit, backpack, or not a backpack, but
A cinch sack.
yeah,
Yeah.
essentially.
That would be good. We could afford that.
Well, you know what's worse than a failed convention? Children watching violent cartoons. After the break, the cast will be discussing cartoons that they may or may not have watched when they were younger.
I rescued Toast from a shelter in 2011. I love Toast because she's a lazy diva. Toast does whatever she wants, obviously. She's sleeping right now. She's an epic snuggler. She's so comforting. She's so loving. Toast makes me laugh. When I walked into the shelter, I knew right then that she was special.
Fancy pants peanut butter? A big screen television? You haven't even bought a sofa yet. A motorcycle? When your father finds out, he's gonna flip his shoes with 2 buckles? What do you even need 2 buckles for? Mr. Big Shot, buying whiskey shots for everybody in the bar. From the looks of it, I'd say nobody even remembers. Feed the pig.
You think you're just checking your messages or telling a friend you're on your way. They could be the last words you ever type. Make sure you get where you're going.
If you ever think that cartoons are for babies, then you are sadly mistaken. Because as a lover of adult cartoons and animation myself, I can surely tell you that some of these series are very deep and can say some of the most wild, out-of-pocket crap. So,
First on here, King of the Hill.
Yeah.
Guys, I've
yeah.
never.
Well, you're the expert.
No, I've
You're
never
the
seen
expert.
King of the Hill.
I
in
am
my
a
life.
big King of the Hill. Mom, you know, my mom has, it's like white noise in our house. It's
Oh,
on
no.
24/7. I love it. You got Hank, you got Bobby, you got Dale, Boomhauer,
Yeah.
John Redcorn.
Yeah.
It's a great show. The ensemble cast is great. And they do a lot of funny things. Like one of the funniest episodes is Bobby. He's Hank's son. Hank is supposed to be like an all-American dad type. And then he wants his son to learn how to box. But the boxing classes are filled. So then he goes to a women's self-defense class. And he learns that you can just kick guys in the balls. So then Bobby's like, I don't know you, that's my purse. And he starts kicking people in the balls.
Yeah. And he did that.
And then it goes and goes, and he starts fighting bullies at school. But then he starts kicking everyone in the balls. And then he kicks his dad in the balls. And then he tries to kick his mom in the balls, but it doesn't work.
Thank you for that.
I've never done it, but I'm sure it's addicting.
And that's one of the best episodes of the whole show. Peggy is a Spanish substitute teacher, but she doesn't know Spanish at all. It's really funny. And Hank is amazing. There's one episode where he accidentally becomes a pimp. I don't know if you guys have seen that one.
Accidentally.
Because he doesn't know what this lady's job is.
Oh.
I think she just says sales or something, and then she gets him a giant hat, and it's white with a giant purple feather, and he starts wearing it around. It's awesome.
That's fantastic.
I have very vivid memories of it because that was like one of the first shows that came on after all like the what was it, Cartoon Network? Was
I
it
think so,
Cartoon
yeah.
Yeah.
Network? After all the Cartoon Network shows came
When
on.
mom would turn off the TV, being like, that's done.
Yeah, that would like be one of the first shows that came on, and I remember like watching episodes. So
It was made by Mike Judge, who also made Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah.
I am personally I feel the same way that you feel about King of the Hill with Bob's Burgers.
Oh my god.
Big
my
Bob's
comfort
Burgers guys.
No, I love Bob's Burgers, man. I love Bob's Burgers, bro.
I've been binging that recently. It's
Tina's my girl.
I love
Yeah.
Tina.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I feel her.
No, my father and I, we love this show. We watch
Oh,
it. It's a good
awesome,
one.
yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I love just how they lean into how crazy the characters are. Like Jean, Tina, and Louise. Like that is such a great group of
Trio.
characters, a trio, to like have any story happen to them and they're all like believable within the
I
universe.
was gonna say, I don't have siblings personally, so I can't attest to it. But their relationships feel very like natural, like and sibling-esque.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they're all funny on their own.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
Tina, I think might be my favorite. The opening episode, they say she's autistic, and it's like, how many toothpicks? And they throw them down, and then she's like, I don't know, 100, but there's only 3 toothpicks. And I don't know, she's amazing.
She's fantastic.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Absolutely.
Futurama.
I just started
No.
rewatching it, and I love Futurama. It's I love recently they had the joke about at the time because it's the earlier season, so they have the flip phones, and they were making the joke that the phones were going to get smaller and smaller, so they pulled out this tiny little flip phone, and I was like,
Yeah.
And the thing with Futurama is that the writers and animators do so much work. Like they had an entire bit that was maybe like 6 seconds worth of film, and it was just an entire, like if you had 3D glasses, you could watch it and it would be 3D. And they had like an entire animation team for it.
That's
and
an
it was-
awesome episode.
Wow.
Isn't
Yeah.
that the one where they time travel back? And
Yes.
it's Back to the Future, but with Fry?
Yes.
oh my god.
Or just like the really funny meta jokes with like the tattoo being like too HD even for like our own televisions to see it. It's
Yeah.
just it's great.
There's
Have you seen?
a good. Oh, sorry.
Oh,
You
so,
go.
I'm sorry. Have you seen the episode where Fry's dog waits for him forever? I actually showed that one to my little sister when she was like 12.
Oh my
And
gosh.
she hated me. She absolutely hated. She
That's-
started crying. It's the
Why
saddest
are
episode.
you cruel?
I don't know. I was like, this is peak fiction. You gotta
Scruffy,
watch. You gotta
right?
sit down. Scruffy. Yeah. I wanted to name my dog Scruffy, but my mom was like, we're not gonna name him Scruffy. It sounds like Scraffa, which is pig in Romanian, and we're not gonna do that. Yeah.
What if the dog looks like a pig though? What's wrong with pigs?
He doesn't look like a pig. He's really sweet and kind and nice.
But pigs are sweet and
Oh, so
kind
pigs
and
are-
nice.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I love some pig, not to eat, but to friend. I guess to eat too.
Yeah.
Joe,
Do
you've
you
been a
eat
little-
pigs?
No.
Joe, yes.
You've been a little quiet. You got any shows you wanna?
Speak, man.
What kind of shows do you like, Joe?
Anything?
I think Joe's on a vow of silence today. I think it's a test of personal will.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a crazy guess, but
That
it sounds
reminds me of
about
that
right.
one
yeah.
crazy episode of
Yeah.
Archer when they go silent.
Oh,
That's a lie.
That's not
I was
real.
like,
Yeah.
But I
like,
also
that would
love
be
Archer. The same voice
insane.
actor as Bob Burger.
Yeah.
As
Yes.
Bob's Burgers.
Yep.
It is so funny. It's really raunchy. It's more raunchy than like all of the other ones.
Yeah.
You know the mom from Arrested Development, Lucille Bluth? She voices basically the same character in this, and it's amazing. If you guys haven't seen it, I definitely recommend it. It's really funny because they're supposed to be like a secret U.S. Spy agency, and then the show got canceled. But then it came back, and then by that time, once they come back, they had turned into a drug cartel against the U.S. government. That's how crazy the show is, because it's all just a bunch of nonsense, and there's like spaceman and robots. It's awesome.
While we're right here, and since we're talking about shows that came back, Clone High.
Oh, I
my
didn't get a chance to
God.
watch it,
Yeah.
but I love the first season. It was
Yeah.
really
yeah,
funny. Yeah.
that was.
So.
Yeah.
It's a good one. There
Good
was
one.
I remember like back last year when have you not seen Clone High, Joe? It's tragic. You would like
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Not for him.
JFK.
Oh,
Clone High
amen.
JFK
I
is
know.
one of my favorite characters. I want a potty platter. It's like, oh my, yes, I want a potty platter.
Yeah.
It's so good.
And the album he has where he's like, high flying flag. I love Clone High.
It's a really fun one, especially because like it like blew up last year a lot from TikTok.
Yeah.
All of a
And
sudden.
so because that was a big part of like the revival was
Yeah.
because of that, right?
TikTok.
Oh,
So
so one more joke that I
Please.
love
Oh,
from
no.
that. It's so JFK is best friends with Ponce de Leon, the explorer, and then he dies, and JFK is depressed the whole episode. You spelled it wrong. It's depressed the whole episode, and then he's like playing Mario, and he's like, Mario has 2 lives. I wish Ponce had 2 lives, and he starts like crying in the back of the car, and it's just amazing.
Yeah.
oh my gosh.
Wow.
I personally haven't seen this one, but Moral Oral, is that how you say it?
Yeah.
Oh
Dude.
yeah,
Oh.
that show is insane.
Yeah.
It's I don't even know how to describe it. It's do you know how to describe
Yeah,
it?
so-
'Cause
It's
you're
really
the-
deep and sad or something.
It gets real. It's like it's
My
funny,
sisters watched
but
it,
it's
so, like-
so deep.
Yeah.
It's-
So it follows Oral Puppington, who is like a 12-year-old kid, and he grows up in Morrilton State Soda. That's
Say
where
that
it's
again,
at.
where?
Morrilton State Soda.
Okay.
And it starts off as just like a campy critique of like American Protestant religion. Like it's a big parody. Like the preacher says like, oh, it's just is something about Lazarus. He's telling the story about Lazarus, and then more oral is like, oh hey, it's bad to die. We should bring dead people back, and he brings back zombies. And then zombies start eating people, and then his dad is like, you messed up. You know, people aren't supposed to be naked. So then they clothe zombies, and then the rest of the episode is zombies are fully clothed but still eating people, and it's awesome.
Yeah.
But then it goes down this whole track about who runs the town, and Nature Part 1 and 2 is some of the best TV of all time.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Does it follow like I don't know if it was biblical themes, but there was like religious themes under?
Yeah, definitely.
So,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Listen, I love adult cartoons, you know.
Yes, adult cartoons can get intense, just like we're gonna have a horror-themed game show up next after the break. We're gonna pull a Family Guy cutaway to our game show based off of horror movies.
Can I talk?
When you adopt a shelter pet, you discover their unique mix of all kinds of traits.
Where'd Wiley go? Where's Wiley? Ah, there she is. Paw?
Do you remember being an ancient wolf? Do you ever feel the call of the wild?
You're a renegade cop, and I'm a con woman with nothing to prove. But together, we could really solve this murder. They're a little bit of a lot of things. But all of them are pure love.
Roll over. Can't 5-5. All right.
When you adopt a shelter pet, you discover all the things that make them unique.
And your mother and... I am totally a hot person. Right, guys? Thanks for being honest.
They're a little bit of a lot of things, but they're all pure love. Adopt pure love at theshelterpetproject.org.
Natural disasters are a fact of life in the U.S. And between activities and school, chances are you won't be with your kids when they happen. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids can help your children feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family.
Horror movies. I love them. I'm pretty sure most of my cast members love them. So I thought, hey, I want to play a game. The goal of the game is simple. I will read a number of horrible horror movie plots, and all my fellow blurbies at the desk over there have to do is guess whether or not it's real or fake. You guys excited? Oh yeah. I'm excited. Alright. So, for our first plot, a possessed turkey terrorizes 5 college students during Thanksgiving break. Is this real or is this fake? And then you guys can flip your boards whenever you're ready. Zach and Mia, you guys are right. That is indeed real, and it is called Thanksgiving.
Yeah, because turkeys are scary. I would run too. They're gonna eat us next time.
I don't know if you guys watched the YouTube channel Dead Meat. He covered it on there. So that's actually how I heard about this.
We're going back to the first Thanksgiving to get
Turkeys off the menu. Yeah, not from that movie, but you know what? It's okay. Okay, so for the second question, esteemed fantasy author R.J. Topher is hunted by his own characters come to life.
That's a cool concept.
Is this real or is this fake?
If it's fake, I want them to make it real.
All right, flip whenever you're ready. Peter and Zach, you guys are right.
Well, they need to hop on that.
I made that one up. I gave names to all my made up ones. I called this one Sword of the Rings.
It's fantastic. It's beautiful. Man.
Yeah. Okay, you guys ready for the next one?
Ready as I'll ever be.
Okay. So, your third one is, after an exorcism, the demon in a man's body relocates to his unflushed turd and wreaks havoc onto a small town.
Poor guy.
When you guys are ready, flip.
Please be fake.
Should I draw?
Peter,
a
Zach,
turd?
Anne Marie, you guys are right.
Oh, thank God.
Flushed away.
Flushed
It's
away.
flushed away. I actually called it the poopening.
Clever.
Thank you.
Write that down.
Thank you. Yeah, I
Keep
want
that for
royalty
later.
checks.
Trademark these.
All right, you guys ready for the next one?
Yep.
Okay. Your next one. This movie stars Tommy Chong from Cheech and Chong.
Oh no.
And it is about a group of stoners who smoke from a sentient, malevolent bong that traps the smoker in the bong world, a surreal realm filled with killer strippers and other full moon creatures.
My mom was right. Drugs are scary.
When you guys are ready,
Drugs
go
are
ahead and
scary.
flip. Whenever you're ready, flip. Anne Marie and Mia, you guys are right. This is a movie called Evil Bong.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And it does in fact star Tommy Chong.
Oh my.
Oh God, why does it have a face?
Oh.
Why does it look like that one thing from Doctor Who that's like moisturize me?
We should,
Oh,
we
is
should
it
show that in
the
health
skin
class.
thing? I know, right? I saw that and I was like, is that? But it wasn't.
It would
All right,
scare
you guys
children
ready?
away from drugs.
Yeah, that would scare me away from drugs.
Yeah, in health class.
If you smoke weed, this will happen to you.
Yeah, you'll
That's
turn
what that movie's about.
to a ball.
All right, you guys ready for the next one? A witch cooks up trouble when she revives her dead serial killer son, played by Gary Busey, as a giant psychopathic gingerbread man intent on killing the girl who had him executed. Real or fake?
Gary Busey seems like he'd be a serial killer.
Gary Busey's a very strange man.
Strange.
He actually, I saw a picture of him in my youth once, and I was very scared of him.
It was a canon event.
A canon event, yeah. All right, when you guys are ready, go ahead and flip. You're all wrong. This is real, and it's called Ginger Dead Man. And I want to point out a very fun fact. There was actually a Freddy vs. Jason style movie with Gingerbread Man and Evil Bong.
What?
It
No
was called
way.
Ginger Dead Man versus Evil Bong.
A collab.
So,
I think I need to
take that into consideration. All right, you guys ready for the next one?
I don't think I am.
I'm so ready.
Okay.
Scare me.
All right, so this next one. In a dark twist on a fairy tale world, police detective Little Red investigates a string of gruesome murders, presumably caused by the one who killed her grandmother, the Big Bad Wolf. Is this real or is this fake? And then go ahead and flip whenever you're ready.
It just sounds really cool.
I'll fake
Peter and Mia, you guys are both right. This is indeed fake.
Ooh.
I think that's Red Riding.
However, I did call it the Big Bad Woman Killer. I'm just
Are you scared of women?
a little bit, yeah.
I understand.
You guys ready for this next one? Because I'm not. All right. So, written and directed by Radiohead's lead singer Tom York, Radio Dead follows a rock band being killed one by one by a demon-possessed bass guitar named Rocky.
Please be true. If it needs
Go
to
ahead
be
and flip.
true so I could go watch this after.
Go ahead and flip whenever you're ready. Peter, you were right. It is fake.
Nice.
It is fake indeed. But I actually saw the Radiohead poster on my wall when I was writing these, and I said, you know what? I got a great idea. All right, you guys ready for this next one?
No.
Yeah.
Okay. A vengeful llama from outer space lands on Earth and brings death and destruction to everyone in its path.
Llama
Is this
drama.
real or is it fake?
Eat that llama drama. Eat that llama drama. Ow. I so hope it's real, cause that llama drama be real.
All right, go ahead and flip whenever you're ready. Anne Marie and Mia, you guys are right. It is in fact true.
Yippee!
Who won?
Three-way tie. between Mia, Peter, and Anne-Marie.